But at this point, it's working just fine. They've got the vast majority of the issues resolved. That's the house with the tall silo. Cool. Hey, this time it has zombies, but they're not in the barn. Hey, zombies that are not in the barn. And they saw me, dang it. I'm not going to be able to get up onto the silo and get back down in time before these guys come to me. At least we're getting battery charge up now. So it's just a little bit of weirdness. Really? Apparently I didn't get the crit on that one. Is it doubling up my arrows? No, I did hit him twice. Come to me, zombie child. 2 shots to get a zombie child. Yeah, the only thing I do with the pocket stuff in that regard is I'll go to my primary pack that I want all the crap to go into, and I go to pocket settings, and I set the primary pocket to a high priority. Just hit P and give it a high priority. So I've given it priority 51. High priority gets items first, so anything I pick up, it'll first go into the day pack here, before it'll go into my shirt and my pants and all the other odd pockets that I may be having. That's the extent of my usage of the detailed pocket system. I don't ever whitelist, I don't ever blacklist, I don't category list, I don't do any of that stuff. You guys can get all crazy with your combinations and your filters and your whitelists and blacklists and your zones. I never feel the need personally, but I've got too many thousands of hours not having access to it. And I don't tend to pack rat all that much anymore, so there's another big one right there, but we can't get to it from where we're at currently. Uh-oh, TCL or research? TCL. That was a pretty quick location of another TCL. More light industry. Another radio tower there. North side of the town, and some towers. A FEMA camp. I still haven't been into a FEMA camp since they've updated them. Alright, well, we got no way of getting to that without probably a long trip around. So probably not useful. Yeah, I've been told they're different, and they definitely look different from the outside now, but I haven't actually gone into one during a live stream since whenever they were updated. There's the gas mask body site. Hey there, gas mask cartridges galore, and a gas mask right there, 2 of them. It's even got a trencher and a trencher. All right, we should probably head up to the FEMA camp, or the TCL. Another Migo. Solar power. Alright, gear's still in the same shape. Oh, we have not lost an arrow. We started with 30 and we still got 30. The breakage rate on arrows seems vastly different to me than it used to be. My carbon fiber arrows, the last time I did any serious bow hunting, didn't last nearly as well as these arrows I'm seeing this run. I think I've only lost like 2 of the broadhead aluminums, and I don't know if I've lost any of the carbon fibers yet. Out of, I don't know, 100 shots. It just seems way more durable than I remember them being in the past. But I don't know. Maybe I am viewing the past with rose-colored glasses. Do we just roll in and shoot them all with the 7.62 or with the M240? Just trying to get a look, get a gauge for how many of them are in there. It's going to be almost all low-level zombies, so I'm not too concerned. How much was that one? 164? In the leg? That would have severed the leg entirely. I mean, I can keep pulling light ones to me. Come to me, zombie dog. Oh, he got stuck on the fence. He might not be strong enough to break the chain. Yeah, it's lighter populated than I expected. Am I allowed to fire through the fence? I sure am. Use that to our advantage. Get free critical hits. Hey there, Feral. We got 3 guys coming at me. I think I can get all of them with before I run out of stamina. Almost feel bad. Let's back off and get our stamina back. Yeah, knowing how to use your environment like that, really important for survival in the Cataclysm. Whether it's covering terrain, vision, line of sight blocking terrain, or whatever. But that kind of an encounter location, instead of just walking in and getting swarmed, knowing how to use the chain link with the ranged fire, especially with the bow that's nice and quiet, I could kind of pick, draw them in as I needed. Now we'll check a few more bodies, and I might just smash my way through here. Still a fair amount in there. Not sure the pupating I can easily get. Got one more feral up there. Alright, we got a couple coming at me now. 3. Yep, he's gonna go around. Wield. Time to go loud. Ah, dang it. Alright, so I did a quick switch to my pistol for those. The bow would have taken too long and burned stamina. I was able to get both of them down without taking any hits. That's why you keep, for light, fast enemies like that, it's good to keep a quick draw pistol, or a combat knife will work, depending on how your character build out and what options are. But switch to something fast that you can get strikes off, because you don't need to do a lot of damage. You just need to get 1 or 2 hits in, usually, with any kind of a decent weapon, and they'll drop. No need to be swinging warhammers at really fast, small creatures. Okay. I think we're almost done up north. North area is complete. I don't know if I care about those guys way to the south. Yeah, I guess we should. And we're still at 30. It just seems weird. Breakage rate seems weird. Behind the truck. In the truck? In the truck. Alright, parking lot's clear. Whoops. Where the hell did you come from? I think I might go away. Yeah, let's actually go back out. I'm gonna go take a nap before we head in here. So let's drive out of the reality bubble range of this place. Park, take a nap, update our food and meds and all that good stuff, and then we'll head back in. Should be plenty far enough. Alright, batteries are fine now, fuel's fine. Vehicle's fine. What are we eating? My butter still hasn't gone bad? Have some more bread and jam. You're supposed to be limited to one aircraft carrier per world. Should not ever have more than one aircraft carrier. Although I think that's a newer limitation. I don't think it had that limitation when it was first introduced. I'm not sure how long ago they put that restriction in, but... one period, no more. Did I ever try it? If you find yourself saying, hey, Vormithx, have you ever, in regard to Cataclysm? The answer 95% of the time is yes, I already have. 6 to 7 city size and around 14 spacing. Isn't city size... isn't 12 the largest? I forget now. I only do large cities when I do my mega city runs, and usually it's either 10-2 or 12-2. It must be 12-2. Or no, maybe it might be 14-2. I forget, but I don't do 14-0 because it doesn't generate them very well. But mid-sized cities far apart, yeah, I mean I've done that kind of thing various times. Oh, you found the carrier 3 times on 3 different starts. Yeah, that's not too unusual. Doesn't one of the Magicalism starts have you start on an island, which is usually in a lake, which is always going to be the place that they generate the aircraft carrier? I'm pretty sure that's probably what you're running into. You're wrong, Vendedirt. There are things that are 1 per world. It's a very, very small number of things. It's aircraft carrier, and I know there was at least one other thing, but I forget what it was. But yeah, it is actually 1 per entire world now. Yeah, the 1 per change is fairly recent, within the last couple of weeks, I believe. So, unless you're constantly updating like I do, every time I stream, I update. If you're in a world and you haven't updated for a while, then you're not experiencing that particular change yet. Alright, so we have eaten. Let's have a multivitamin. Let's, I don't think I'm going to worry about the cough syrup or anything. Oh, that's right. I still don't have... I still don't have a solution for my trying to sleep in the middle of the day. Oh, wait. Did I get... I did not. Nah, we haven't gone looking for that kind of stuff. You think welding goggles would help? We'll give welding goggles a try, see if it'll let me. Make ourselves even more tired, then we'll give it a try. Nope, too bright. Damn it! I don't want to put curtains on everything. I talked about that as a possibility. I'd need a bunch of sheets in order to make all the curtains. I can't craft, but I can... All it takes to install the curtains is sheets, if I remember right. Oh, I don't even have tailoring one. Oh, that's an aisle curtain. So yeah, I just need sheets. I mean, I could do it. Just, I've been working my way around that particular issue so far. Probably just get to a sleeping area inside the TCL and then sleep there in the dark. We'll just do that. Slap in some earplugs and just take a nice nappy. See, that's what freaks me out right there. That guy has line of sight on me right now. If he punches through 2 layers of ballistic glass and ends this run, I'm gonna laugh. All right. not too worried about being quiet. Not sure if I'll stick with the arrows here. Guess I could. No, let's. Leave one space. Mark it here. Add a direct line of sight. Great Hauler access. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to worry about it. I think I'm just going to torch it. I'll torch the one spot to the north and then work my way in and through. Nobody in the initial area, huh? So, green zone badge. We just use this for our sleepy area. Here plugs in and just let all the zombies do their thing, take out all the robots, and make whatever mess they're going to make. I don't think anything's going to be strong enough to come through the walls. Oh, it'll be fine. I'm sure time will pass really quickly. They'll totally fixed that whole Z-level million zombies in the area lag problem. Let's find out. Nah, just let's drop the bow and get this in my hands just in case we do get rudely interrupted while we sleep. Tossing and turning. No blankie, no pillow. There we go. Yummy! I don't know how they determine the one thing per world. You have to go hit up Reddit or the PR that made that change to find that out. Yeah, this is only going to take half an hour. It's okay. It's okay. So at the top of the hour I talked about, or top of the stream, I talked about this will probably be the final evening for this particular run. We'll go into the TCL here. We got 2.5 hours that I can either explore the TCL or get killed trying to find the Panaceus. But either way, we're going to call it done this evening. Friday, I have a brand new adventure we're going to start into. I don't want to just keep rolling around the world trying to find the Panaceus. I boxed myself in yet again with a RNG-dependent challenge goal. I usually try to keep them a little more generic or a little more... there's guaranteed locations for certain things, like I did with the activity suit. I knew there was a guaranteed location for that. I just needed to find the type of lab, which was not too hard to find. But with the Panaceus, that thing's really, really rare in all circumstances in the current experimental game. And it's just me chasing the very few places that might have it and then rolling very low percentage dice to see if I can actually get one. So it's not going to be interesting in any way. I'm already bored with it, and we're not going to keep doing it. So the activity suit was the one that I thought would be the much harder part of the challenge to stay alive through the RBD start with all the other restrictions I put on it and get one with the no healing, no reading, no crafting start that we did with the really bad day. And we got that accomplished. We're in fine form. I've done a few oopsies. I think I've done more damage to myself than the enemies have done at this point, either through direct damage, grenades that I got myself caught in, and or just being hurried and not doing the smart thing in a few encounters. But yeah, we're still alive, and we've been to enough places where Panaceus could have dropped. We've killed like 85, 90 scientists, and they have a tiny chance of it dropping. We've cleared the most important parts of a research facility and a laboratory, 5-level laboratory. That's enough. So we'll see what we can see here in the TCL. And then we're going to call it good, regardless, one way or the other. So on Friday, we'll be going a brand new challenge. I'm going to change things up quite a bit in this new challenge. I'm not going to give the full details now, but it's quite different than most of the other things I've done. I've done something similar to it at least once or twice in the past. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So that is the plan. Yeah, there's a few very exotic, high-end CBM and mutation methods to heal with the irreparable trait. So I guess you could make your own challenge that you take irreparable and then you try to pursue one of those healing options. And challenge is over when you actually get one. That'd be an okay challenge. You think you can survive it? $14.30, so we went to bed at what, 10:30? So it shouldn't be too much longer here. Where did you get the activity suit from? Yep, Distorted Lab. Last episode, we dropped into an air vent that dropped us into a distorted laboratory. And then we found the entrance to the distorted part of the laboratory system. And it has an activity suit in the lockers at that spot. Pretty much guaranteed to be there, unless you got really hyper unlucky on the random or you play with really, really small item drop rates. Do I play, or did I in this particular one? In this particular one, I do not have wander spawns turned on. You don't have a way of mixing. You either have wander spawns, wandering hordes is what they're called now. They renamed it because it never spawned anything. It just moved existing zombies around. There was never any actual spawning involved. So it's called wandering hordes. But they're two different things. The wandering horde system is separate from what used to be called the static and dynamic NPCs. And those you don't have much control over anymore either. Starting NPCs are determined by whatever scenario you pick, and you can't turn them off. Just if the scenario says it's got one, it's got one. And then you can fiddle with random NPCs. You can turn them off or dial up or down their rate of appearance. Eight and a half hours of sleep. Do I have a preference for one or the other? It really depends on what kind of world or challenge I'm setting up. I barely notice anymore whether I have it on or not, but I've played way too much. I like having wandering hordes on for certain challenges, depending on what my goals and the world setup is, and then I don't have it on for other ones. So if it's one where... I don't remember where I really draw the line. For example, I'll do like a mega city challenge, and I'll pick a spot towards the center of the city, and then I'll dial up the zombies and all these other difficulty options to make it really hard, and then I'll turn on Wandering Hordes, and I'll force myself to set up a base in the middle of that huge city. So it'll just constantly be zombies wandering to us, being pulled from other directions and wandering onto the base. That keeps things exciting and interesting, and non-stop zombies. Otherwise, if you're set up outside of a city, having hordes on doesn't really accomplish much, because once you kill the local zombies and you go outwards a map tile or two and make sure those are clear, you're never going to see any zombies anyway. The hordes are never going to get to you. So it's really only mattering when you're staying close to a city or a high zombie concentration. No, you can turn it on in the middle of a run, but really, I think you effectively need to move to a new area in order for it to have any effect. I don't think it'll... It used to be that when you turned Wandering Hordes on in the world setup, in addition to that, it also added zombies to the cities. So you increase the zombie density and also had the horde system where they moved around. But they turned that part off. It no longer adds zombies to the general population when you turn it on at world setup. I have no personal experience with turning it on in the middle of a run. I don't really see a point to that. Just finish out your current run and then start a new world with it on or off. But yeah, all it does is move zombies around. It does not create zombies or anything like that. People complain about it because, yes, it can drop zombies when it unpacks. What it does is it conceptualizes the hordes. So it'll scoop zombies up out of a tile that's outside of your reality bubble, and then it uses various rules to determine the movement of that group of not quite there zombies. And when it moves them into your reality bubble, it unpacks them, and it'll unpack them outside of your line of sight at the edges of the reality bubble of your area. Well, if you happen to be with your home at the edge of the reality bubble and out of sight, yes, it can drop zombies into your base. And people freak out. Oh my God, zombies in my sealed base. That's impossible, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? It doesn't. It has almost no effect on your gameplay. You're occasionally going to have a zombie in your base. Big whoop. If you've got an actual base and you've cleared all that, it's not really a big deal. It's not like it's dropping shocker brutes and hulks and so on in there. And I mean, imagine a world, what the way I look at it is not having wandering hordes is even stupider in my mind from a realism standpoint than having random hordes and just living with occasionally them popping a zombie into a sealed area. Because there is no such thing as zombie fiction, movie, book, TV series, comic book, anything where 5 minutes of clearing some zombies in an area renders that 100% totally immune and safe forever and ever, amen. Which is what happens when you don't have wandering hordes turned on. Spend 5 minutes, clear the zombies in the local area, and you are completely safe forever and ever, amen. With nothing else ever happening. I find that more obscene than I do, oh my God, zombie in my basement once in a while. But you know, do whatever you want to do. I recommend people do not have wandering hordes on when they first start playing the game. Once they get to the point where, God damn, I've been sleeping a long time. Once they get to the point where they're starting to look at the setup options and saying to themselves, I can survive reliably now. How do I make the game a little bit harder? Then turning wandering hordes on is one of the first things I recommend. Nah, that random migration has nothing to do with wandering hordes turned on or off. I've had it happen with the hordes turned off. I'm pretty certain that is some weirdness in the sound system, where all the zombies in the local area heard some super loud sound some distance away, and they're all running in the direction of that sound. I think it's something wonky with the sound system. That's a guess. That's the only mechanic I can think of that would cause similar symptoms in the real world game. Alright, first step, let's take some more coffee syrup. Get our stats back. Put the Ruger away. Get out the compound hunting bow. Yeah, I woke up. That was a long sleep. That was 12 hours. 12 and a half hours, I think. But in this world, I do not have wandering hordes turned on. I don't think I have it turned on in the other world I set up either for the new challenge. But it really just depends on... All of my challenges nowadays are based around themes and odd goals or requirements that force my character to go into dangerous areas to complete the challenge. And or I'm testing new mechanics and trying to find some fun way to wrap a theme into some new mechanic I want to investigate. Playing just to survive is a non-thing for me anymore. That's just trivial with just the goal to stay alive. That's no problem for any semi-experienced Cataclysm player. You got to really force yourself into dangerous places if you want to have any risk of dying beyond the first 5-minute starting conditions that your game world might put you in. Let's have some water. So we are hydrated. Have another multivitamin. We still overweight. We're still overweight. We still feel awful, so our immune system is still depressed a bit. Encumbrance is fine. Do I want to lug the torch around? I probably shouldn't. I'm already at the limit of my weight capacity. So, we shall leave the torch for now. I don't think I'll need the torch again while we investigate the cargo area here on the top level. And don't need those, don't need that. Yeah, we got some zombies. We'll still try to be quiet. Oh yes, I got the earplugs in. Take out earplugs. It's gonna be so loud in here. Ooh, acid zombie. Don't boil my carbon fiber arrow. Oh, did I lose one finally? I think I lost one finally. Sure enough, we lost one. They're stuck behind the vehicles. Come to me, doggy. Right through the acid, if you don't mind. Uh-oh. Stamina's too low. I don't think I'll get this shot off in time. Let's go for the combat knife. Alright, this is bad. Finally. 46 torso encumbrance. There we go. That's better. Still trying to adapt to how much stamina it takes to fire these bows now. Here come the drones. Alright, that clears out this side. Not going to go around there quite yet. So here's one of the places where I have hope of possibly finding Panaceus. These random crates and cardboard boxes. Sometimes they'll have medical supplies, and I'm hoping we'll get a prescription bottle. Panaceus! I don't know what the chances are. The inventory doesn't show up on HHG, so it's hard to tell. Samples! Mouse! Mouse samples! Slime. And food. So no there, no in the one below. Yep, I'm using my rucksack to open crates. My Molly large rucksack, which if you'll notice here, is actually that. It's just been renamed by a helpful viewer. One of them funny people. Alright, so as an example, this one is full of chemistry stuff, but no med supplies. These two are just food. And this one is fungicide. Close. Chemical stuff again. An autoclave. Stethoscope. Alright, so we did not get it so far. Another drone. More big old samples. Plant, rat, slime, snail, feline. Nope. Handcart, handjack. Yep. Handjack's pretty cool. Nope. Oh, that's what I need right there. Drug box. Unfortunately, it's antifungal, anti-parasitic, and antiseptic. Nope. Antifungal again. That's funny. That's an awful lot of squirrels right there. Whoa, he popped out of a box and hit me. Yeah, man, that's blowing my stamina like crazy. was hoping to get a stamina break here. Uh-oh, getting hot? Yeah, a little bit. Really all I'm wearing is my clothes. That is not a thick wool onesie, by the way. Why is it so warm in here? I don't want to take off my leather gloves. Good old hazmat suit. Well, we're running out of opportunities here for the easy solution. 7 cattle, Cowboy Joe. 5 Trog, 5 Ursine. Drugs, plastic supplement, potassium iodide. Ugh. Dang it, another opportunity. Okay, well that is it for the cargo area. Unfortunately, we did not get what I was hoping for. Now things get a little more dangerous. I am not a TCL expert. Regulars for the channel have seen pretty much every second that I've spent in TCLs. I've only really done anything in them twice, I think. So while I have an idea of the basic structure and what's going on, I do not have all the keycard locations memorized, all the stairwell combinations memorized, all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not going to be asking. I don't want to know. I know there are plenty of you experts out there that have got the place memorized. We are just going to stumble bumble our way through until I get killed. That's the goal. The goal is for me to die so I can start a new challenge on Friday. Let's see. I don't think there's anything in here that's going to get me what I'm looking for. We have a couple of options. There's a stairwell in here. There's stairs here and on the south side. These lead, what, to the cargo area? I got turrets and robot stuff I got to kill in there. Yeah, from memory, there's at least one other lower level cargo area, I think on the subway level, where there's a stacks of crates and boxes like this. I don't think it's as many as here. And then the medical area actually has very few opportunities. And then there's the research areas deep that I think have a chance. I remember seeing at least one Panaceus down there on a shelf as opposed to via a scientist. But my ability to get down there is going to be questionable. So we maybe that's why I stopped and tried to grab a few more gas or acetylene torch charges so I could circumvent doors just by lugging the torch down with me. All right, let's go ahead and open this one up. Oh. Again? He's going to bleed out, but I think he's going to hit me with more rocks. I'm taking the risk of getting, yep, hit by rocks while I'm waiting out his bleed. Bleed to death, you bum. Of course, he went down a second after I said that. Hey there, welding cart. So once you're familiar with this setup, the TCL is a cornucopia of gear. Just a ridiculous, overstuffed place full of gear that's not particularly hard to get to, even early game. There's various reasons why you don't see me go into the TCLs all that much. No, I haven't seen. I saw the message about the whistle fix, but I didn't click on it to see what magical, mysterious issue we were having with whistles all of a sudden. Yeah, now he's just gonna sit there and make noise until I come back around and get his attention again. Come on, you. An Ochre Zone badge. Alright, we'll take an Ochre Zone badge. So if you're not familiar, though, with the TCL, and you want to be spoiled, another Ochre Zone badge, there's lots of badges. So you have all of these gate. They're not like Sans ID cards where one will fit all of the different types. They're color-coded to different zones. So as you're moving through this place, and it's a good 6 levels? I think it goes down 6 levels. It's a good 6 levels deep. With a lot of different areas, residential areas, research areas, armories, all sorts of places, and a lot of robots, turrets that'll pop out of walls and surprise you. A lot of things like that. So it's fairly deadly place when you're exploring it for the first time. And like I said, I don't have it memorized. I'll probably end up getting myself shot to death here. Not too much further in. But you want to collect all of the cards that you find so that you have access to the various card readers to open doors. So you'll notice now we have no access point on this wall to get into this area. We've got an access point here that'll get us in, or you can come through the front, but there was a turret here and there's a turret here. And you got to be careful with their lines of sight. They might have been destroyed by zombies. There's a few possibilities. The more time that passes in an area that has a combination of zombies and turrets, the more likely it is the turrets have been destroyed, because the zombies will perpetually reanimate. Doesn't take much for a turret to drop a standard zombie, but especially with high evolution settings where you might have some of the more interesting variants like acid and shock, they can take down turrets fairly quickly. If you spend time with the reality bubble in the area, so they can actually do that kind of stuff. So yeah, so our choices now are to go in through that. This is just another kind of a cargo containment area in here. And there will be, I think, a door in this wall that comes in just like here. And, yeah, I don't think